In 2024, the United Nations in Liberia made important progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals. Guided by the cooperation framework and in strong partnership with national institutions, civil society, and communities, the UN focused on human development, economic growth, social cohesion, and governance. This video highlights key results and inspiring stories from the 2024 Annual Results Report. The UN country team in Liberia consists of over 20 agencies, working together to support national development priorities. With a shared vision and coordinated actions, under Outcome 1, the UN worked to improve access to quality education, healthcare, nutrition, and protection services. Over 70,000 children received school meals, helping reduce hunger and absenteeism. The rate of HIV-exposed children tested early reached 92.6%, marking significant progress in early diagnosis and care. The UN also supported efforts to strengthen maternal and child health, gender-based violence prevention, and youth empowerment initiatives nationwide. In health, the UN supported Liberia's national measles vaccination campaign, helping immunize over 780,000 children, surpassing its target and protecting lives. Genomic surveillance training has also boosted Liberia's epidemic response capacity, making early detection of diseases like mpox possible without sending samples abroad. Medical oxygen access expanded dramatically. 2 new oxygen plants now serve 5 counties and over 2.3 million people. Since 2023, more than 4,500 oxygen cylinders were delivered, saving countless lives. And in workforce development, Liberia hosted its first-ever national TVET job fair, linking hundreds of youth with career opportunities. The event highlighted skills training as a pathway to empowerment and economic growth, especially for women. In education, the UN supported youth like 16-year-old Mewe Kanti took the global stage at the UN General Assembly in New York, advocating for child rights and climate action. Her voice symbolizes a new generation of Liberians ready to shape their future. Outcome 2 focused on building resilient livelihoods and promoting environmental sustainability. The UN expanded climate-smart agriculture and introduced sustainable forestry practices in rural communities. With support from the UN, fishers, farmers, and entrepreneurs, especially women, gained access to markets, training, and renewable energy, boosting productivity and local economies. The UN promoted food security and economic opportunity by supporting farmers and producers. In Bon County, over 50 farmers received intensive training on commercial agriculture, learning modern techniques to boost yields and improve their competitiveness. In Montserrado, the Destiny Women Cooperative supplied cassava, rice, and beans to schools through the homegrown school feeding program. This initiative not only fed over 81,000 students but also injected $1.6 million into the local economy, empowering rural women and strengthening food systems. Meanwhile, in Nimba County, honey production is changing lives. With UN support, the Twa River Beekeepers Association now produces branded, high-quality honey, helping women increase their incomes and send their children to school. The success of beekeeping is also contributing to reforestation and environmental protection. In the area of peace, justice, and inclusion, the UN supported national reconciliation, human rights monitoring, and access to justice. Legal aid services were expanded for vulnerable groups. Survivors of gender-based violence received protection and psychosocial support. The UN also promoted civic engagement and strengthened institutions that uphold the rule of law. Through the leadership program supported by the UN and its partners, women like Esther Moba and Justina Dukuli are stepping into roles once reserved for men, leading community mediation and holding public office. The shift is visible across Bapolo County, where even male leaders now advocate for gender equality. For UN Day 2024, the UN launched Liberia's first Regional 1 UN hub in Zwedru, bringing essential services closer to remote communities. Students contributed with powerful mural paintings, reflecting their hopes for a better future in health, education, and environment. The hub stands as a symbol of inclusion, outreach, and shared progress. To build inclusive and transparent institutions, the UN supported fiscal decentralization, civic engagement, and increased participation of women in local governance. New tools for planning and budgeting were introduced at the subnational level. Public finance reform gained traction, and communities now have greater voice in decisions that affect their lives. In 2024, the United Nations invested over $75 million in Liberia. The majority of funds supported human development and economic transformation. This investment was made possible thanks to strong donor partnerships and joint planning with national counterparts. From schools to clinics, from farms to government halls, the UN stands with Liberia, supporting a future that leaves no one behind. Together, we are building resilience, opportunity, and hope. The journey continues, with people at the center.